Yes, very much.
What is your evidence for atheism?
I have not ever seen a God or anything of it. So
Is it possible that you could not see something and it still exists?
I believe in like physical matter and things that can be.
You're not answering the question. I'm asking you, is it possible that you could not see
No,
something but it still exists?
From my point of view, no, it can't.
What?
No, it can't. How can anything
not
be
you
seen?
You don't believe in the Big Bang because you've never seen it. You don't believe in evolution because you haven't seen new speciation.
Oh yeah, we have seen speciation is in our lifetimes. Yeah.
You don't believe in the Big Bang though because you haven't seen it, right?
Oh, but have you seen a God?
Oh, now you're shifting the burden of proof. See, you just said that if you don't.
Am I missing half the conversation?
Then it doesn't exist, right?
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
And that doesn't seem ridiculous to you.
Who is the new guy talking to?
Krill.
It's Krill. Stop interrupting.
Oh no, it doesn't. I mean, I haven't seen any.
Have you ever been to
evidence.
Australia?
No.
So you haven't seen Australia?
Not with my own eyes, no.
So Australia does not exist?
It does, yes.
Well, wait a second. So something can exist without you seeing it?
I mean, then I have phrased my sentences wrong. I'm not that good at English.
No, that's fine.
Yeah. So if it,
so it has nothing to do
by me seeing it. I mean, like being measured or stuff like that. You can physically measure it.
Physically measure it.
Yes.
If
something has a mass, or
has to have mass,
or it has a charge.
Do you believe in mathematics?
Hello?
Yes.
Do mathematics have a mass?
Mathematics are a
Stop interrupting, Dave.
Socially constructed thing that humans made up to comprehend what's happening around us and why they're happening, and put them into system.
So let's follow this down. So if you can't see it or can't measure it, then it doesn't exist.
Yes.
Okay, so when our periodic table of elements only had like 30 elements, the other elements just didn't exist, or we just...
Oh, they did. They did. We just hadn't discovered them.
Okay, so is it possible that you just haven't discovered God?
Yeah, from that sense of thinking, yes.
So is that enough to warrant that he doesn't exist?
For me, yes.
So something doesn't exist if it hasn't been observed yet.
Yes. So, and then when you observe it, you can say, "Oh, yeah, this thing it really exists."
Something doesn't exist if you haven't observed.
So I haven't observed any God at all.
So like a new baby in a hospital room that hasn't observed anything outside of that hospital room.
Yeah, they can't comprehend it.
Just doesn't. Those things don't exist.
They can't, and they don't comprehend them. So
no. Well, comprehension and existence are two different things, right?
Yeah, but in your mind, you can say, "Oh, I can't comprehend anything, so it doesn't exist."
But that's not the same thing. Comprehension and existence are two separate concepts.
Yeah.
So why are you equivocating?
I don't know what that thing that word means.
Why are you treating them the same way when they're separate?
Well, how are they separate? I mean, if I can't comprehend anything, for me, it can't exist.
Oh, for you, it can't exist.
Yeah, for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought we were making a statement about objective reality. I didn't know you were just talking about your personal opinion.
Oh, yeah, because I think that you can have any opinion that you want. I'm totally fine with that.
Well, does that make it true? Are opinions true?
Oh, for the individual, yes.
What do you mean for the individual? Isn't truth that which corresponds to reality?
Yes.
We see different realities. We do. Every person has a different point of view on the earth.
No,
And
that's
everything.
but again, those are opinions. But are those opinions true? Let's say you have an opinion that something is an apple. I have an opinion that it's an orange.
Yes.
Is it both an apple and an orange?
For you, it's an orange, and for me, it's an apple.
Okay, but
Easy
that
as
would
that.
violate the law of non-contradiction, would it not? Or do you accept the law of non-contradiction or no?
I have no idea what this is. I mean, I'm really
It can't be an apple and not an apple at the same time, right? That's a logical contradiction.
Yes. It can't be
Okay.
something
so if you
and
say that
not
something
something.
is an apple and I say it's not an apple,
yes,
then we
it
have a
can,
contradiction.
because, like, Schrodinger's cat, it's in a super state. So things can be that, yes.
So things can exist and not exist at the same time?
Oh, yes, because you...
Okay, so then we're both right.
you-
God exists and God does
I
not
have a
exist. Thank you.
question.
God can exist and God cannot exist at the same time?
yes.
Help you out here and try and ask you. Aren't you just saying that people have
Then
different
there's no reason to believe that
perceptions?
God can't exist if he can exist and not exist at the same time.
Yeah, people have different perceptions of reality.
Great, and that means that the perceptions are different and not reality that's different, right?
Can
Oh, yeah.
perceptions be wrong?
If they're proven wrong, yes.
Do
How
they
are
have to be
only
proven
wrong
wrong
if they're
to be
proven
wrong? If you can't prove that you didn't kill somebody, does that mean that you killed them?
Right,
So
it's like
if
this
so
girl
if I-
accused you of raping her.
yes,
She's not
You can't
wrong.
prove
You have to
you
prove
can't
her
prove
wrong.
yeah. You can't prove that you didn't rape the person. Did you rape them?
no, you're innocent until everything else is proven. Anything else is proven.
Okay, but that seems to be
You have
the
a double
opposite of what you
standard
just
then,
said.
or you have two standards.
Well, a person is innocent until they're proven guilty, right?
That contradicts what you
We're
said
not
earlier.
talking about legal terms right now. We're talking about whether you actually raped the person. If somebody says that you raped them and you didn't, you can't provide proof that you didn't rape them. Does that mean that you raped them?
But can they provide proof that you did? No.
Relevant to what you said.
Yeah, you said that they need to provide proof. You need to provide proof that you didn't rape them, or you raped them.
Also, on the other side, they have to provide proof that I did or did not, right? You can't just come in with like false arguments or like arguments that have no facts behind them, no proofs or evidence behind them.
Okay, but you said that your evidence that God does not exist is that you can't prove that he does exist.
But yeah, then that contradicts each other. So how can you know what is real or what's not real?
Oh, no, that's a good starting point. How do we determine what's real and what's not real? I
Yeah.
think that would. How do you answer that? How do we determine what's real?
But
and what's not real?
what is reality? What is reality? What is real and what's not real?
Are you able to answer that question?
I mean, it would be logical to think that everything we can touch, hear, see, measure, weigh,
Well,
stuff like that. That is
that would assume that your cognitive faculties are reliable, right?
Oh yeah.
As a start, and then it would also entail that the universe operates in a law-like way, right?
Oh yeah, and it does. That's proven. Like
So
scientific.
these are the ability to determine what's real would be intelligibility. So how are you accounting for your cognitive faculties being reliable and that the universe operates in a law-like way? How do you know that to be the case?
In the past it has been proven that the universe has laws and it operates on a basis of those laws.
Okay, see, that's an inductive claim, right? An inductive inference, which says that things have been like that in the past, therefore they will be that way in the future. That's the very thing that we're trying to prove, which is the consistency in the law-like nature. You can't justify the law-like nature of the universe with the inductive use of the law-like nature of the universe, right? Because that's based on your observation. How
Yeah.
do you know that your observation is reliable?
It's consistent. The observations are consistent.
How do you know that your observation is consistent?
If you're doing the same thing and you get the same outcome, that's consistent, right?
Like, how do you know that you're getting the same outcome?
You get the same results, right?
So you're just saying we get the same results because we get the same results. That's trivially true. You're not adding anything. If you could just say that you get the same results,
if you're using the same
results,
method,
that's not an effective
the
method.
same method and you're testing the same thing, you should get the same results, right? And no matter what variables we have in there.
Is that true, sir?
So you justify your cognitive faculties with your cognitive faculties. You familiar with the?
I guess.
Are you familiar with the term self-authenticating?
So that you authenticate things based on your own observations and stuff like that?
Well, observation. You could say that observations authenticate the observations, right?
Yeah, like that.
In
I
this
get it.
situation, but the difficulty with that is if I say that the Bible authenticates the Bible, then my worldview would contradict your worldview.
Yeah, and that's what it does.
But if it entails a logical contradiction, then the method necessarily must be insufficient because it entails a contradiction.
I mean, that's the whole thing, that everyone has different views and they will always contradict each other.
Can they all be right at the same time?
Yeah, probably.
So you accept the fact that there can be logically contradictory results. That means we can have two true things that are in opposition about the universe. I gotta tell you, Jonas, this is a pretty unstandard view of reality.
Yeah, I mean, so I see that things can be in like a super state. They can be each other's contradictions. They can be both things. Until you know for sure what is actually in reality, they can be both things at the same time. Until you're 100% and can't be proven wrong, you're 100% clear that this is one thing, it can still be both things. Or a third thing.
I don't know where to go with this. I mean, I really don't.
Oh, me neither.
You're like, we have a dialetheist. These things can exist and not exist at the same time.
Oh yeah.
I think you're wrong, and you're right at the same time.
Oh yeah, sure.
Same way.
So
Yeah.
you would say that somebody that believes in God is rationally justified in believing in God then?
Yeah, they can find rationality through that, yes.
So what is the differentiator that makes you an atheist as opposed to a
I think
theist?
that's
if they're both logically plausible.
I think it's like outside. I have trouble like finding words. Sorry.
Because if God exists and you don't follow him, then you're going to go to hell, right?
Probably, yeah. From what the Bible says, yes. Right? So if you don't follow him, I mean, that's just going to be too bad for me then. Like, I've come to the conclusion that I only have this life to live, right? We only have one life, right?
But you could
We have one.
have one life and not have one life. You could have a limited amount of life. So if there's no contradiction, or you don't accept the idea of contradictions, then it wouldn't matter.
No, so I just live my life like I want it.
But you also live your life like you don't want to, right?
Oh yeah, it's in a super state, yes. So for my point of view, it is like I want it, but it could also be the totally other thing. Like I don't want it.
At the same time,
Yes.
in the same sense.
Yes.
Is that true, sir?
I mean, do we know what's true? We don't know.
Is that true?
We don't know.
Is it true that we don't know?
We don't know.
But we do.
You're saying that we don't know. Is that true or not?
That's also in a super state. It's still true and
So
not
we
true.
don't know and we do know is also, they're both true.
Yes.
But is that statement true? Is it true that it's in a
Then it loops
state, or is it
around,
not
yeah.
true that it's in a
The KK problem.
Do you see here you're sounds like you're caught in an infinite regress knowledge. Sounds like
Yeah.
you're saying that you don't know anything and that you do know something.
But then,
it goes
yes,
all the
then
way
you
back.
don't know that. Yeah. It just loops around.
So
He knows everything and nothing.
does that bother you that that view nonsense? Do you recognize that it's
When you put it to me like that, yes.
okay? Do you
Repent or
think
perish.
yeah, do you does that make you feel uncomfortable that you have a view like that that's nonsensical?
No,
That's
it's totally fine
infinitely
for me.
that regresses
It's
back.
totally fine. It's totally
See,
fine for me.
this is what the atheist does. They don't care about rationality. They don't care about the laws of logic. They literally just make up the things that they want to believe.
And that's not fine. I can't
Philip
live my life
lies
like
here to
that.
say fuck off, Krill.
Well, is God
Well,
is
it just
God
depends on if you want to be rational or not. If you want to
God
be
something?
rational, then you can't entail a contradiction like that.
Well, is God something that people made up, make believe?
I'm not sure. I wasn't there.
I don't
Do you think
this
that
guy
it would
could
be
labeled
wrong
as an
if
atheist.
somebody
Well, this guy is not an atheist. He believes God exists, and he believes God does not exist. He's a
Right.
atheist.
He couldn't be an atheist.
he's a superposition atheist, both an atheist and a theist, and an agnostic
Just
and an
doesn't seem to be any
agnostic.
real meaningful distinction between being an atheist and not being an atheist at this point under your worldview.
I mean, we're all just humans. So
That's
That's not
entirely
true.
irrelevant.
Well,
Wait,
it depends
are
if you have
we?
a central nerve.
Yeah.
No, we are humans and we aren't humans.
How you not
Yes.
supposed to find aliens?
oh yeah. We're that too. To some
I'm
people.
actually a resurrected Anunnaki from the Inui that came and tried to
fuck.
enslave humanity to farm gold.
Squishy's a
And
king. What she's trying to say.
Fucking Zachariah
fuck
Sitchin.
you up.
Shit.
Nobody wants to read my Sumerian text?
Oh shit, did he leave?
Another atheist.
This is what the atheist
Another-
has to resort to.
Another atheist destroyed from this good Christian server.
Krill is like knocking him out of the park.
That was it was terribly sloppy on my part.
Really?
Doesn't
Yeah, tighten
matter.
that shit up.
Krill likes kitten.
Well,
Well, I'm not used
It-
to somebody come against saying they believe everything and nothing at the same time, or that they're okay with contradictions. It's pretty non-standard.
Oh, fuck.
I thought it was because Chum kept getting in the way.
Oh, fuck.
You think I was getting in your way?
No.
Yeah,
I was like
Chum
trying to
is a
white
very
knight for
good.
him at first to like help him out with his position, like explain to him what he's saying on different perceptions but one reality, but he just wasn't interested in being helped, so I just shat on him.
Yeah, I don't think Chum is a very honest interlocutor. Sorry, isn't. Sorry, double negative. He is a good interlocutor. My bad. Sorry, I'm a
But
little
you
high right
should leave it ambiguous. I think that's
now.
am I fucked up that I would have found it interesting or like it was more entertainment if you kind of like go at me there, my interlocutor.